Welcome to the Godot Dojo XR VR tutorial series. In this part, we are going over the new hands in the Godot XR Tools 3.1 release. When you start Godot with the new XR Tools, you are greeted in the main menu with this pair of hands. They are using the standard hand.gd file that's not physical, and that means, as you can see around the index finger, that small circle or sphere, actually, it moves with the index finger. That's the new poke feature that was just recently implemented. It's mainly used for UI objects that you can interact with, such as this stand here, where you can, on entering, change its handpose for each hand individually. So it's already set up, and it's not set up on the hands themselves, it's set up on this object. So as you can see, good, let's proceed. Pickables, that's something else interesting. As you can see, it uses another mesh for the hands. There are a couple of more others. There are low poly ones. So in all the demo scenes, we are using the low poly ones, but there are high poly ones as well. So let's see what we got here. A deep cup. Whoops. As you can see, it can snap onto the dish. So another new feature is the so-called multiple grab points. So each hand has a grab point setup. So for left hand grab and right hand grab. And if you have noticed it, when you grab it, it has a predefined pose. The pose is set up on the object itself. Well, okay. What else do we got? Well, yeah, sprinting. The sprinting demo comes with, one more time, another mesh. This time a tactical glove mesh. Like mentioned before, there's a high poly version as well. So if you look closely, there's the sprint feature. So when you press the left joystick, you can sprint. And this demo showcases something else, and that's the ghost hand. As you can see, when your hand enters the object, so it makes, for example, climbing a bit more appealing, since you are not feeling like your hand vanishes in thin air. Okay, I'm not that good at climbing. Good. So that's that. There is a lot more. I'm thinking about what we could show. It might just be best to show you how that stuff looks in the editor. Alright. So let's open up the main menu scene. Good. And here's the object we talked about. If we open it up in the editor, it has a node called handpose area. The handpose area is responsible for the entering poses. So here, as you can see, for pose point left, pose point right, we can choose what pose we want. So it's better to edit those and create extra ones in the add-ons folder. Go to hands, poses, and there's the pose default, pose point, and so on. So you can say edit, and let's just change the pose to our custom pose that we made, so that we can illustrate it a bit better. Now save, and when we start Godot again, you see it changes the pose on entering. Now, if we would have the poke feature set up on the thumb, we could interact with the thumb. But since we don't have it there, and it's on the index finger, we can't interact properly. So let's see and look how we can add the poke feature to the thumb. So for that, let's look at what hands are used in the main menu level. right hand .gt, and here we got poke feature. It's inside the skeleton of the right hand, and if you should copy and paste it like this, you would make a bad copy, because it would save itself uh, in itself, so you couldn't delete it. Or so instead of pasting it into the skeleton itself, click on the right hand, Control V, and just move it in the skeleton. Now we got a second bone attachment that's using the poke feature, and we just have to select the thumb tip of the right hand. And what it does is it moves itself, but if you can see it right at the tip of the thumb. So let's go to the left hand, select left hand, Control V, move it to the skeleton, select it, and if you can see it's blank, that's because it's not using the location from the right hand, because we are in the left hand, and we just select the thumb tip underscore left, and if you can see it, it's already at the tip of the thumb. So just save the scene, go to staging, start. Good. If you look closer, you can see the so it works, but yeah, that's how you can set up area poses on UI objects or whatever objects you are going to use this on. Good. Well, I think this. Oh, let's take a look at the picable demo. Right, yes. So we got the hammer. Let's open it up, and here's the hammer. And when you select one of the grab points, if you can see the visibility is toggled off. If you toggle it on, you can see an instance of the hand mesh that shows the pose that the hand is using. So here is the hand pose hammer left. We can change it, so when it's closed, what pose to use. Let's say that's the left one. Let's take something closer. So, it's a lot closer. So to refresh, you have to, in editor preview modes, to switch between open and close, and then it's refreshed. Okay, and then you can save this or make it unique and save, and it's just poses. You can save it. So we got it saved as new hammer underscore pose, and the other one is using the pose underscore hammer. And as you can see, those poses are saved in not in the XR tools, but in the PK demo scenes. So if you look at the here, they are residing in the PK demo poses folder, even if we just saved ours in the XR tools folder. Anyways, I think this more or less concludes, at least briefly, the new hands, and we looked at how we can actually use our custom animation as a hand pose. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching.